Hello YouTube, my name is Venator, and in today's video we are back on the Petite Peds EU server. And today's video is pretty special, because I realized that it has been a total of about 5 months since I have posted a video in the South Plains River. South Plains River is one of my absolute favorite locations to play Dino, but over the last few months, every time I've traveled here, it has just been really dead. And as you guys have been able to see on my channel, I've spent a lot of time at Highlands Lake. I think the game goes through ebbs and flows of where players kind of congregate at. For the longest time, when I first started playing, South Plains River was the spot. Highlands was still popular, but everybody congregated in South Plains. And then Highlands became the really popular spot, and thus that's where I've spent the majority of my time, at least on the NA server. But I'd been watching the heat maps that everybody has access to on the Petites Discord, and I've noticed that over the last couple weeks, the activity in South Plains area just in general has really picked up. I know there's a lot of spots around here that are safe to drink, but I figured, you know what, time to move out of Westrail and give the river another chance. And with the amount of dibbles and other creatures that I've seen just laying around the river, I'm guessing that there hadn't been a ton of dinos just patrolling the river like they used to. It's not often that you catch dibbles lounging around next to water sources in the middle of the day. At night, it's understandable, but in broad daylight, I just couldn't believe my eyes. Take this for example. I was here in the lower river, and this Dilo, well, he was running from Carnos, but he just went right for it across the river. I mean, this is something that I would have never seen way back in the day. These Stegos knew better though. They had a family coming with them to drink at the river, and they made a nice little wall to protect the little ones. However, they failed to remember that, well, I could just come right in between the two of them, and their little kids are one shot. I mean, yeah, he got a hit or two on me, but they should know that unless they both power swing me in the head, there's no chance at killing me. With my hunger getting drastically low, I had to log that day. And when I returned, I was in the upper river, and these Tennos were way upriver where I had logged. Sadly though, I didn't have enough stamina to get this guy down. Luckily for me though, I made a buddy, and there was some Sarahs around, and some corpses, so I was able to hold off the starvation for now. So while my newfound friend was messing with the Sarah, I decided to go ahead and clean up all the food this Sarah had left lying around. And while I was stuffing my face, I guess the Sarah decided to run into the mouth of my newfound friend, because I turned around and he had been grabbed and was getting taken back to the river. Great job. And to my surprise, South Plains River wasn't as uninhabited with dinos as I had previously thought. I heard another one call downriver, so we decided to head to the waterfall and check it out. And by check it out, I mean go down there and kill the solo, because I was getting low on food, and I figured a 2v1 would be an easy win and easy food so that we could continue on our journey. And for those that don't know, you don't have to walk around this waterfall to get to the lower river. You can simply just walk down the waterfall. Go to the left side of this rock and just follow the path like I do, and you will get down unharmed. But just because you make it down doesn't mean you won't be harmed. Just like you're about to see, sometimes you can be in for a wild surprise when you get to the bottom of this. I came down right on top of 2 other dinos. I only thought there was one down there, and they immediately went on the attack. So enjoy the fight. and that was a great fight. I could not believe how well we did. A lot of times when you pair up with a random partner in the aisle, you almost certainly lose someone. But Izako here, he did a great job. We both finished this fight on orange health, which is really good. If you come out of a fight, at least in my opinion, on anything other than red health, that is an absolute win. Most fights almost always get you down to red health, just due to how much the damage the Dino does. And after we healed up from that fight, we realized that, hey, Izako was female, so we could throw down a nest. And for those of you that haven't watched a ton of my videos, I really enjoy nesting. I like to bring in Dino players wherever I can, because not a lot of people get the opportunity to play this awesome Dino. And what better way to start off nesting than to get a nice Carno grab? That way you got some organs for the babies. And since we had food and we were gonna nest, it was time to head back up to the upper river. And my favorite spot to nest in South Plains is up here on this little island. If you go about a quarter of the way up the upper river, you'll come to this little island, and it's nice because it offers a little bit of protection, but not totally protected, as you guys are gonna see in a second. While I was tapped out, trying to help another player get in this egg, a little Herrera came up and stole the egg right out from under my nose. I couldn't understand why it just disappeared, and I was so confused until I saw him run off in the distance. And because food had ran out, we only got to nest one person in. So Krabby, if you're out there, I hope you made it to adult. I noticed these Sarahs way off in the distance eating something right next to the shore, but my stamina was very low. I tried to manage it the best I could and get down there in a timely manner. It's always difficult because you tend to get tunnel vision as a Dino. You want to get there as fast as possible to get the grab, and here, well, I got down here just in time. I thought they were going to walk off, but lucky for me, one came back to drink. Unlucky for me though, I didn't have enough stamina. I dashed too far up the shore to make it back with the body in time. I guess it was just this Sarah's lucky day. Later, we moved down to the lower river and had no luck. On our way back up to check on Krabby, we noticed this smaller Dino, and my partner, he was nearly starving. His hunger was on about 10%, so we had no choice to kill him. But the game said nah. The hill, for whatever reason, decided to eat the body. Probably karma for killing a smaller Dino, but that's just the way of the game. After logging, and then coming back the next day, I was by myself in the lower river, and these Carnos came up to drink. As it turns out, I was a little out of practice. That guy saw me coming, and he bolted immediately, somehow running right past my lunge. Honestly, I think that's the first time I've ever had that happen, so props to you, Mr. Carno. And if missing an easy grab wasn't bad enough, it really hurts when the game just decides to break. I executed this grab perfectly, but for some reason, well, this Carno got stuck in the rock. I couldn't get him out, and I couldn't bite him, but he could bite me, which was very strange. But after some trial and error, I found a spot where I could lunge and get him out of the rock. Unlucky for me though, the game just decided that I would drop him and not hold on with the grab, even though I didn't let go of the mouse button. So, you're welcome, Mr. Carno. You get to live as well. And now, this is kind of the reason I'd been avoiding South Plains. Even though the server was at a high population, it just kind of died. And the only thing coming were little small things. But when your hunger's this low, beggars can't be choosers. One of the perks of South Plains River, though, is this sanctuary that's right here next to the river. So when you get really low, you can walk out of the river and go scavenge. I was able to find a couple corpses that kept me going for some more time, just as these raptors came up. And while raptors aren't the most food, it's better than nothing. And that concludes today's video of returning to the amazing South Plains River. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you all next time, and happy hunting.